Hello, Pisces. My name is Tiffany from tiffanystarology, and welcome to Spooky Week. We're finally here. Halloween is on Friday. So we're going to be using an enchanted deck today. I'm going to try to go into more of like the subconscious, the underworld, the inner voice over this week several times if we can, to uncover anything that our subconscious mind wants us to know. Messages from the other side, essentially. So let's tap in, Pisces, and see what it is that maybe you're considering walking away from. I don't know. Let's tap in, Pisces. You have movement, worthiness, forgive, duality, sovereign, fertile. You are the earth, new dawn. And on the bottom of the deck you have walk away and changing winds. This is a really beautiful message, Pisces, and with cards like this, they're literally like glowing in the camera. The message is very vibrant as well. I see that right now, I've read all the cards off camera just to, be mindful of your time. It seems that right now you're in a period of transition within the mind. Rabbits, unicorns, foxes, squirrels, and deer could all be significant to you. Maybe even the raven. These are all the animals that showed up in today's reading. There's something going on, Pisces, where you're being told on like a bigger scale, the two cards that are not in the deck, to walk away from an outdated mindset or belief. There's something about an old way that you have thought, an old decision that you made, a plan that you made, a commitment that you had, where you no longer resonate with the direction it was taking you. And the changing of the winds card says adaptable, self-aware, and decisions. And I loved this card the most out of all the cards that I read because it talked about the fact that sometimes we will stay in a situation that isn't serving us anymore when we really need to just move on from it and accept that it's okay to change our mind. We can be stubborn. We can hold on to things that are outdated. We can hold on to beliefs that no longer resonate with us because it's a comfort zone. And the changing winds says, it's fine. Trust yourself that if you need this new thing, like let's say a relationship is outdated, a job is outdated, a way that you have treated your body and your life and your health is outdated, it is okay to change your mind. Do not get stuck in the fallacy that once somebody is one way, they'll always be that way. You can change, and so can others. So on a bigger scale, again, you're being asked to walk away from that comfort zone, from that home. I do see many of you, Pisces, are moving. Many of you have already moved or in the process of moving, and some of you, it will be multiple moves over the next couple of years. Some of you, where you're going right now is just a stepping stone to the bigger foundation of where you're going to grow in years to come. But there's something about saying goodbye. It says alignment and new possibilities that is calling you to make the trek from the old way of being, the old structures and limitations that you put yourself under. And you need to pay attention to that call. There's some energy in your body that you're being asked to move. This card says release, healing, and quiet progress, and it's about stagnancy. This winter, there's going to be a shift that you encounter. And you may be in the process of really restructuring a lot as you walk into 2026. And what I want you to do, when you really get to a place where you're like, I'm so unsure of how to process these emotions, I don't know really what to do. Maybe there's this sense of the calm before the storm that enters in. I want you to begin to move your body. It talked about dance. It talked about yoga, going on a walk, getting on a bike, whatever kind of movement feels good for you, to really clear and heal the body of whatever has been holding you back. And again, I think that there's a decision that you've been pondering with, Pisces, where you don't necessarily know how to walk away from something, but you know that something has changed. Something needs to move. And a new day is here. The new dawn is here. Where I think you're saying goodbye to someone or something. I was talking to my husband last night about relationships and how sometimes instead of relationships being over, you just are on to season 2, season 3, season 4, so forth and so on. Some characters change. Maybe the writing style is a little different. Maybe the plot takes a twist we weren't expecting. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the story is over. But the new dawn says we have this death and rebirth energy. We can grieve the old energy that we carried with us before, again, in whatever area of your life that this pertains to. For many of you, this is going to be career and relationships. I feel those two the heaviest in our collective right now. And you are having to accept that walking away from this situation is not about what you're losing. It's all about what you're gaining. What is rebirthing in you at this time? There's a shadow aspect of you that you are having to come face to face with. And that's what this duality card was about. It was about coming into balance, harmony, and integration with the fact that we all have a light and we all have a dark side. And that dark side of you may have kept you in bondage and entanglements for far too long. And that light side of you wants you to take a risk and go somewhere new. And we have to get real with ourselves that people are not necessarily good or bad. It's just the choices that we make. This is like the Lover's card. It's all about choosing from the heart. And some people choose from an icy heart and some people choose from a light heart. From a warm heart, you know? But we all have dark and light within us. So as you process this situation in your life, Pisces, and I have to be very general because this is a general reading. I want you to remember that this is a time in your life where Spirit is asking you to remember that you are worthy of this change, worthy of this movement into a new life, into a new setting, into a new relationship, a new job. It is time. The winds of change are here ushering you and asking you to realize your worth and not allow it to get caught up in others' darkness. To forgive yourself for maybe the amount of time that you allowed yourself to be stuck in this situation. And to move into a place of grounding, remembering that we are all connected. We are all part of this vast universe learning deep lessons, and your spirit teams wants you to get grounded and rooted in who you really are. They said you are a sovereign being who deserves to go their own way, to be like this solitary fox and choose a new course, a new path, and ultimately walk into a more abundant life, which is represented here by the fertile card, where it says indulgence, fertility, abundance, and live that life. I think some of you may have held back love. Some of you have held back your money. Some of you have held back having children, being in a committed partnership, living a softer life, because you have been stuck to the rhythms of the old life. And now Spirit is saying, break free, new dawn, you're worthy of this change. Understand where your darkness maybe held you back, but now is the time to walk away from any and everything, Pisces. This is about you going towards your north. North node is in Pisces right now. And it's saying, what does Pisces need? What wool has been over Pisces' eyes that has been preventing them from seeing the truth? Your guardians are showing up here on the bottom of the deck, giving you guidance and support and nurturing you. And I think many of you over the last couple of weeks are just like, yeah, I just don't know what is going on or where exactly I'm going, but I don't feel I'm meant to be here anymore. Listen to the call of your soul that is telling you, move on, walk away. Walk into this new dawn. Give yourself the ability to flourish and grow in a new forest. Try something you've never tried before and understand that you can adapt to whatever this change is that wants to come into your life. And if you don't know what to do, move your body, get outside, ground your energy, and trust that you have the ability to make this decision in a time that's going to make sense for you. You may be seeing 333 or 33, and your guides are here letting you know that they support you in this transition and in this change, in this goodbye. It's not easy to say goodbye, but they are here to assist. So current situation, Spirit, what is it that Pisces is in the process of walking away from? What is it that they need to say goodbye to and welcome in? Six of Pentacles. I'm seeing a couple of things. First and foremost, those of you who have been needing a helpmate, you're walking away from being breadcrumbed, nickel and dimed, at jobs, and definitely those of you who haven't felt like you have support. I think whatever this is, again, it has to be general, and I wish I could be more specific, and we'll see if it gets more specific as we read. You have not received support like you've needed, Pisces. And sometimes support comes in the form of money. Working at a job that just doesn't give you the financial support to live your life and live it well. For some of you, this is a lack of family, a lack of friendship, a partner who doesn't give their equal, share. And it's time for you to move on from these scenarios and choose for yourself that you are going to receive that equal give and take. You are going to work with and alongside others who value you. This is part of your worthiness chapter. Will you continue to let others who do not appreciate you at your core, who do not allow you to be compensated for your worth, who don't show you that reciprocity, who give you just enough to keep you going? When will you finally walk away from those types of situations? Spirit is saying now is the time, Pisces, and it may seem like a gamble, but your self-worth is on Front Street. And I really do think that many of you have been putting a lot of your worthiness into the hands of others, especially love relationships, but this can be contracts as well. Your worth is simply about you, not about how anyone else feels about you, Pisces. Your worth is not measured by how much someone loves you. Your measure of worth is how much God loves you. And God wants you to love you. You are a bright and enigmatic energy, Pisces, who deserves the world. And right now, Spirit is showing you with the Four of Wands to the Queen of Wands that you are all that. Wear the makeup, do your hair, lose the weight, put on the muscle, move your body, wear the clothes, walk into faith in a new relationship and give yourself the, yesterday I heard the word, I'm hearing it again, have the audacity to do the things that you never thought you'd do. Because you have been living in a place for too long of heartbreak and sorrow, Pisces. Trying to put together the pieces of an old life, the Spirit is saying, hey, the winds have changed here. The whispers are becoming louder. They're like gusts of wind now. And many of you are actually dealing with towers in your life because you haven't walked away. So now you're having to actually I'm hearing, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your wind, blow your house down. So you're seeing the integrity. I think that's from the Three Little Pigs. The integrity of the situations that you've built. Many of them won't last through the assault that they're receiving right now. Spirit is saying, I want you to see the truth. I'm opening your eyes to the truth. I am seeing a lot of truth come through right now for you, Pisces. What's challenging the Six of Pentacles? I'm also hearing that you weren't in the mindset to really understand what you deserved And so you were almost willing to receive anything, even handouts. The challenge is the 9 of Wands to the 8 of Wands. I'm seeing it all be on you. You've been on the go. You've been the one having to take care of everything. You might be the person at the office who handles all the things. You might run your own business and you've been running yourself ragged because then you're coming home and taking care of your family. If there's any responsibilities and duties, especially within the home and family life, you're doing all the things. I see Pisces having to go to doctor's appointments, go to hair appointments, go to after school activities, having to then go to work, having to come home and make meals, having to assist whoever and whatever all day. There's a calendar behind her with all those things crossed off in sticky notes, and it says, you can do it. And you can. But one thing that I'm also seeing is she's got this like energy drink here. You're running on fumes, Pisces. And there's a lot going on in the background with the 8 of Wands, a lot of energy. You could be communicating back and forth with a lot of people, lots of phone calls, texts, emails, doing a lot of work, could be online work as well. And I just feel Spirit say you're only one person. The area that you need to focus on is who is here to assist you and who has been taking from you. That's what you're being asked to walk away from. If there's anyone in your life, Pisces, who is giving you this false sense of security, this false sense of hope, you must now understand that you can stand alone. And I do see that this buck or this stag is looking back at this home because there is going to be some sense of, am I doing the right thing by walking away? There's this hesitation. But you can't keep running yourself ragged, Pisces. You can't keep living in perpetual heartbreak and dissatisfaction. In this lifetime, you were meant to be a person who was supported, who lives like an empress, whether male or female. That's the collective I'm attached to. And you haven't been treated like that. You've been treated almost like a servant, a doormaid, a doormat, second best, second class. That's not who you are. You're very regal. You're very worthy in this lifetime. You are meant to live a life of more peace, a life of more creativity, a life of more leisure and luxury, and be with people who bring you up and who do not tear you down. There's this beauty here, Pisces, that your life is headed towards this as long as you choose to walk away from whatever this incompatible energy is. I see this coming in for you. I really do. Strengths. Three of Swords in reverse to the Seven of Cups. At least you have the Seven of Cups clarifying this Three of Swords. So what I see here is you are no longer going to just sit in that heartbreak and wallow. Your strength is you see through the illusion, you see that you have options, and you're running towards something new. You're like, okay, if this isn't going to work, if you're not going to give to me the way that I want to be given to, if you're not going to pour into me the way that I'm pouring into you, if you're not going to pay me right, treat me right, do right by my side, give me what I need to survive, and not only survive, thrive. I'm actually going to realize that I'm actually going to get up and move on because there are other options. You're a limitless being, Pisces. And what's happening in these contracts, these agreements, these negotiations that no longer serve you for your highest good, you are in the process of ending out those cycles. So whoever and whatever is going, like whatever this is for you, Pisces, I do see this cycle coming to a close. Remember, we had that card with the crow, and it said, new dawn, death, rebirth, and grief. So you are walking into your new dawn. You're saying goodbye to this old life, to these old contracts, to these old people who held you down. And now you're stepping into a sense of self-love, happiness, all eyes on you, manifesting a new reality. And finally focusing on contentment and fulfillment in your own life. If you have the ability to do all the things that you're doing, Pisces, to the point that you're running yourself ragged, I'm feeling like some of you could just do it better on your own. Why do all these things for people who don't pour into you? Area of focus. Love it. Queen of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. This is a time for more self-love, more self-care, more creativity and passion in your life. I am seeing new love come in for those of you who desire it. And also doing something professionally that frees your mind. And in the process of getting there, you are also going to be working alongside people who finally are assisting you. With the Three of Pentacles, they're helping you build your legacy, build the life you want. They're better co-workers, better bosses, better assistants, better help in the home. I'm seeing camaraderie. That's what Spirit wants you to focus on. If you don't have these people in your life right now, what do you need to do to get there? To be in a place of peace, to be in a place where you can love on yourself, and also be in an environment where you can actually offset some of the burden to others so that you can take better care of you. Near future. We have the King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Justice card again. So what I see here with the King of Wands is you're about to step into a place of power. You have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. For many of you, this is taking your power back to be authentically you, to speak up, to lead in business, to be the authority over your own life. I'm seeing a lot of autonomy, taking your power back and harnessing it in a way that allows you to grow. I see you looking good, smelling good, really making a name for yourself as well in your community. And Spirit is saying this is your karmic reward for all of the hard work that you've put in, to accepting that you are worthy. I see some of you also realizing like time is of the essence and I don't have time to just wait around forever. This is a time of balancing the scales, understanding that there is going to be movement forward towards your goals and what you need, whether or not the people around you want to accept that you deserve this. You know that you deserve this. And I'm also seeing relationships that did not provide you with the ability to really like grow in passion, because you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Like a very passionate partnership is going to evolve from this new transition that you're making with yourself. You're going to start to attract the type of lifestyle that you want to live, and that's going to attract the right people, and it all goes up from there. Recent past. Love the synchronicity of this reading. Death. You shed the old self, Pisces. You said, this is my new dawn. This is my new beginning. This is where I start over. This is where the scales balanced. Because I said no more of being treated like a second-class citizen. No more of working myself to the bone. No more of being in a relationship with someone who can't show up for me the way I show up for them. No more of being the only one who's getting, I wanted to say the S word, who's getting things done around the home and at work and for the kids. This is a time where Pisces is shedding that layer, and they're saying, I'm focusing on me. So I love this for you, Pisces. I see for sure the winds of change in your life have shown you that it's time to come up and out of the darkness and realize where your shadow was and how your shadow kept you small, how your shadow allowed you to attach to negative energies, maybe lower vibrational human beings, lower vibrational work environments, toxic family dynamics. There's something about you that is shedding the old version of you, the old skin. I'm seeing something very, very changed about who you are. And you have been for a while in a very stagnant place in your life, Pisces. And Spirit is saying, I've got to shake you loose. We've got to move. We got to get you out of here. Advice. 5 of Pentacles. Where you are right now is literally stripping you of your time, your money, and your energy. There are people in your energy who are energy vampires. They come across as those who are sweet and kind and maybe even charismatic. Casanova type for those of you who this may be about love. But you're seeing that they're just wasting your time. They're draining your energy. And you've got to make a change. You've got to make a move. The ties that bound you to these people, they are breaking because truth is being illuminated at this time, and you're seeing there's a lot of betrayal energy here. You have been allowing the softness of your heart, Pisces, to leave you in this destitute energy where you're out in the cold. Everyone else has an umbrella, and here you are just looking at your change and what little you've got left. When you're around people who literally take of your energy, you will start to see all of the parts of your life become depleted. You carry extra weight on your body, your health deteriorates, sometimes your money gets low, you find yourself at a lot of dead ends often, and there's something about love that just never feels right because you're always giving way more than you receive. So this is a time, Pisces, to understand your worth, your value, forgive yourself and them, whoever this person or people are, and move on. Regain a sense of autonomy over your life. I'm seeing the Emperor energy want to come through. Environment. The Fool to the 2 of Swords. Your spirit team is saying, it's time to show people the real Pisces. Well, the real Pisces, please stand up. You're not trying to show them your poker face anymore. All your cards are down. They can see your hand. And it's time to take a leap, a risk, a move. I think people are going to be like, wow, why this sudden transition? And you're going to be like, because I don't resonate with this anymore. And that's that Winds of Change, my favorite card. It talked about how you don't have to stay in a situation that you don't even believe in anymore. And it's okay to accept that your mind may have changed. So that indecisive Pisces who didn't know what they wanted, all of a sudden now they know. And you're headed towards something really beautiful, something new. It is a risk, though, anytime you see the Fool. You don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. But what I will tell you is it doesn't feel like where you've been. There's something about your life right now where your spirit team is saying, take a risk, do something new, try this out. Don't hold yourself back. Step into that sovereign energy. Go the way that others would never go, that maybe people never thought you'd go. And step into that abundant timeline where you can finally indulge and become this new person. But what I see here when we put these 2 cards together, Pisces, the Death and the Fool, is out with the old and in with the new. This Pisces finally sees themselves for who they really are. And they realize, wow, I don't need to stay here. I see some of you literally like packing your bags and saying, I'm leaving. And your family being like, what? And being like, yeah. Chariot card to confirm. I'm leaving. And I'm leading myself to the next phase of my life. And I don't know exactly where I'm going, but this isn't it. This isn't it. Hopes and fears. Temperance. This is about that duality. You are ready for a life that is more centered, that is more grounded, that is more peaceful. You are ready for a life where there is more equality, where there is more peace in your everyday life. And I see you getting that, Pisces. Waking up and having slow mornings, making your cup of tea or coffee, choosing to go to yoga, picking up your kids, slow mornings with your family, maybe just being by yourself, curling up with your cat or your dog. And there's something about that that's going to really vibrate at such a high vibration that you're going to feel like, okay, I did it. I completed this journey, this task of giving and giving and giving until now I can finally give back to myself. I see this being a time of slowing down for you. And you don't have to fear this not coming to fruition as long as you walk away, Pisces. You will land here, because when you leave and you settle these contracts and you say goodbye, you say, Wheel of Fortune, I'm ready for you to turn in my favor. I'm ready for you to lead me to the new life. I'm ready to feel good, look good, smell good. I'm ready to wake up and be happy about the home I live in and the life that I am leading and building. You will become successful and you will have the strength to move forward. This is a beautiful time of rebuilding and getting real with yourself, Pisces. That it's okay to change your mind and it's okay to walk away from whatever this was. It doesn't serve you anymore. Potential outcome for Pisces. The Hermit. It may be a bit quieter where you're going, but this is a time of self-introspection. So you may go quiet on a lot of people. You may. Some of you may. But whatever it is that you're doing, I see you finding balance, peace, and restoration in this new chapter. There is something about clouding out everyone else and just doing you that immediately takes you out of this energetic depletion into a state of energetic restoration. Yoga could be very significant. It could even be something you want to look into doing if you've never done before. And meditation is significant. Phases of the moon is significant. And you know what I see here? A key. The key to unlocking and getting rid of all this misery and getting out of that door that's bolted is going within. There's a part of you that you are neglecting by staying in this worn out energy, Pisces. You have options. The bottom of your deck says, as soon as you walk away from the pain, the misery, the depletion that these energetic vampires are pulling from you, you will then walk into bliss, happiness, new homes, businesses, better love and relationships, and family dynamics. And you will finally free yourself from the snares, from the traps of this box that honestly, I feel like many of you have put yourself in. But there's no time like the present to begin to work on yourself diligently with the Eight of Pentacles, to see your truth with the High Priestess, to recognize your dark and your light, like the sides of her hair, and to begin to focus on receiving love, giving love, choosing love, honoring yourself, and realizing that you are worthy of this new chapter in your life. For many of you, this is also going to be a time where for the first time ever, you allow yourself to be on stage, because when I look at this, she's on a live stream here and she's got all these reactions, people are going to see you visibly glow up. I'm seeing that image of women that I've come across on my feed a couple of times where they're like, I thought I needed a vacation, but what I really needed was, and it shows a divorce. And then how she's just lost all this weight and her glow has come back. There's definitely an energy vampire here. It does not have to be it doesn't have to specifically be a person that is an energy vampire, but there is something in your life, Pisces, that is literally sucking the life out of you. And the second that you let it go, the second that you allow yourself to be reborn, you walk out of that dark energy and into your light. It's so clear. Do you see the darkness and do you see the light? Spirit's saying, I'm ready to crown you. I'm ready for you to be in this abundant energy, Pisces. Will you let go of the energy vampires? It's time. It's time. And it's okay. I feel the need to tell you, it is okay to change your mind. If something about your past is not working for you in the present, even if you said I was going to stay committed to this and I can't see myself walking away, Spirit saying it's okay to walk away. I'm going to pull one final card. Oh, the Guardian came out again. Your guardians are telling you that they're here for you, for support, for guidance, to nurture you as you make this decision. You aren't going to be doing this alone. And they're guiding you towards whatever decision that it is that you need to make and supporting you through whatever you finally decide to do. Because your destiny depends on it. I'm going to leave you with that, Pisces. I love you so much. Choose you each and every day. And I can't wait to see how you step away from this energy and reinvent yourself. Love you so much, Pisces, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.